Now is the season of evil.
Hey up, it's Steve. I keep forgetting that one's a really quick intro. I've got used to be like my minute-long intros. Hey up, it's Steve, and welcome to episode 107. Yes, of Friday Night, A Point with Fear. This time on a Friday. If you're with us last night for Halloween, we watched Halloween 2. Hopefully, I won't have a gurgly tummy like I did last night. But we'll see, you never know. And Wing Grace is here already saying, yay, because I did the Evil Season intro for the last time this year, until next year. Anyway, so tonight we're going to be watching George Romero's Night of the Living Dead from 1968. We're just going to watch it because it's in the public domain. Fingers crossed it's supposed to be. So we're going to sit back and watch that. I'll be in the corner, probably speaking and getting on people's nerves. Is there a way to make me in black and white? Hang on, so let me check my settings. Is there a way to do it? No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. Oh, that's a bit poo, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. Never mind. Right, so before we start, don't forget, like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. We should be live on YouTube. Fingers crossed. Yes, we are. We should be live on Rumble. Give it a refresh and wait. See if it comes on. Yes, we are. We'll be live on Rumble. And we should be live on Twitch, except it's not come on. Refresh. Yes, we're live on Twitch as well. Right. So, Night of the Living Dead. I know bugger all about this film, to be completely honest. I've seen it. I think I've seen it once before. Obviously, I know of it, and I know George Romero and all of that, and the films that came after it. And they're coming to get you, Barbara, and all that stuff. But I don't really know a huge amount about the film. But it was filmed on a low budget. What was the budget for it? It's more money than I've got, but what were it? $114,000 to $125,000. And it's made $30 million. I don't know if that's over the years or whatever, but immediately it went into the public domain. So did it stop making George Romero and all his investors money from that because there was some error in the titling of it? But you'd have thought that they corrected that, but apparently they never did. But never mind. And it stars, written by John Russo and George Romero. It stars Dwayne Jones, Judith O'Dea, don't know how to pronounce it, Marilyn Eastman, Carl Hardman, Judith Riley, Keith Wayne, and Russell W. Striner. And somebody else as well. Hang on, who plays... have I mentioned him? Hang on, where are we? For Pete's sake, never mind. So, and other people. I've forgotten. Anyway. Computer set Steve's monochromatic. I think there'd be a way, wouldn't you, in the settings to do it so we're in black and white like the film. Oh dear. But I can't see anything. Maybe there is. Hotkeys. Are there any hotkeys? Turn to black and white. Nah. Not that I can see. Nah. Anyway, never mind. Maybe in my camera settings, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, never mind. Whatever. Right, so, but... anyway, so Night of the Living Dead, like I say, it's the classic zombie film. People trapped in a farmhouse or whatever with zombies all around. We don't really know why there's zombies, but we'll get into it. Let's just watch the blooming film, shall we? So I will put myself down in the corner. I hope I don't get an echo, but we'll see, won't we? We will see, and I will add it to the stage, and we'll begin. If it starts echoing, let me know. But off we go. I don't know if I got it muted. No, I haven't. Right. Janus Films. Not Hugh Janus. Janus, the Roman god of doorways. This film is from the collections of the Museum of Modern Art. Mama. Hey. Very good. Is he going to start? Rather than finish telling us all about the restoration. An Image 10 production. I don't know, I'm not going to read all the credits out. There's lots of what do you call it now? Filming location videos on YouTube that people have been to these locations in Pennsylvania where it was filmed. Were Janus and Ancient in Stargate? Night of the Living Dead. It was going to be called Night of the Flesh Eaters, apparently. But another film was called something similar. Joseph Unitas. Sounds like a something else. Sounds like what's the thing? Whatever. The United Nations Intelligence Task Force and Security. Ancient invented the Janus, or the Ancient who invented the time travel ship, and was the one we met when she went back in time. Oh, that fella. When she went 10,000 years in the past. In Stargate Atlantis.
They ought to make the day the time changes, the first day of summer.
What?
Well, it's 8 o'clock and it's still light.
A lot of good the extra daylight does us. Now, we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't? Is there any of that candy left?
No.
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Test. Back on? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming back on the air after an interruption due to technical problems.
Turns the radio off just as the important information's coming. It's not echoing, is it, by the way? Or I'm not echoing. You know what? I'm going to check on my phone. I'm going to step into the kitchen so I can't hear.
There's nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
Which row is it in?
No one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time change.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year. He Each year we spend good money on these things. We come out here and the one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die. And
I'm back. Hello,
caretaker
Justin.
or somebody takes them away.
Welcome to the film.
Yeah, a little spit and polish.
I'll let the
clean
cat
it
out
up,
as well while we're at it.
Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one. Hey, come on, Barb. Church was this morning, huh?
It was a dark and stormy night.
Hey, I mean praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there. Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny,
You're still afraid.
stop it now. I mean it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Stop
Thing
it.
is, though,
You're
they
acting
are.
like a child.
They're coming for you. Look, there comes one of them now.
It's in the trees.
He'll
It's
hear you.
coming.
Here he comes now.
Another film.
I'm getting out of here.
Johnny.
Let's just walk straight at him.
Johnny! Help me!
He must be fresh. Oh, look. Johnny's bashed his head in. I was just wondering about the music, but it's kind of like stock music. But you can get the soundtrack apparently. Why is it shoe-shaped? I don't think they call them zombies in this film, do they? I think they call them ghouls. So is that why in Shaun of the Dead they don't call them zombies? Or if he calls them a zombie, they say, stop using that word, it's ridiculous. I'm not using the Z word. Women drivers, eh? Running into a camera crew around every corner. Doors in my house all warped and don't fit the frame. Cross zombie. Yeah, you bloody washing line. Chickford 132. She'd been running about in the bare feet outside. How do women do that in these films? There's more of them. Hello, guys. There's brains in there.
All right. Don't worry about him. I can handle him. Probably be a lot more of them as soon as they find out about us. The truck is out of gas. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key? We can try to get out here if we can get some gas. Is there a key? I suppose you've tried this. Do you live here?
2 minutes.
Jesus. We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people. Maybe we better take some food. I'll see if I can find some food.
I've missed something now, haven't I? You are the food.
What's happening?
How do you think it's happening?
What's happening?
These are all fresh zombies. They must be, mustn't they? Because they know what they're doing.
There are two of them out there. Have you seen any more around here? I can take care of those two.
I
I know you're afraid, but we have
I
to...
don't know! I don't know! What's happening?
It's Steve McQueen. Oh, Josh. Josh is here. Not late. Josh has arrived exactly when they mean to. You gotta get him in the head. How do you know that? Everybody knows that. That's a British zombie film, but not Shaun of the Dead. Which we might do one day. Come on, Dwayne, get back in. And save Barbara. I forgot Dwayne's character's name. Is it Ben? List. Yes, Ben. Please. But it's in black and white, so it's fine. He's not a zombie. He's just got up. He's got his dressing gown on. He just needs coffee.
They know we're in here now.
George hadn't made all the rules yet, had he?
Don't look at it.
A dragging away. Dun dun dun. Look, they nearly forgot about you, and then you open the door. Zombies are flammable, are they? Apparently so. He's played Resident Evil, the remake, so it doesn't turn into a crimson head. You've got to set fire to him, haven't you?
Get some more lights on in this house.
I'd be sat in the dark in a corner, being as quiet as possible. That's what I'd be doing. Probably sobbing. is. I love this movie, but the music makes me think of the original Battlestar Galactica. And you can have me listening now to the music. I was just saying, I think just before you arrived, saying the music for this is kind of stock music. It's not like original music for the film. It's music that's being used in other things. But there is a soundtrack that you can get. So.
God damn! Look, I know you're afraid. I'm afraid too. But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue us. But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board the place up. Do you understand?
Can't read that date.
Okay?
Failed me eyesight test. God, it's turned into Chigley or Camberwick Green or Trumpton or whatever. If you're an old bugger like me, you'll know what I'm on about. From the UK. Got enough wood, hasn't there, to board up the windows in a haphazard way. Yep, this is a good movie. I always think Vincent Price will pop out of nowhere. Or Michael Jackson. Freak out any minute, isn't she? It's very fidgety.
Not that strong. Yeah, I want you to pick out some nails. Pick out the biggest ones you can find. There, this room looks pretty secure. If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors. Won't be long for those things to be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now. They're afraid of fire. I found that out. You know a place back down the road called Beekman's Diner? Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road. But there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself. It went right through the guardrail. I guess the driver must have cut off the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner. It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump, and never stopped moving. By now, it was like a moving bonfire. Didn't know if the truck was going to explode or what. Still hear the man screaming. This thing is just backing away from it. I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left, except by now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move, they didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
We were riding in the cemetery, Johnny and me. Johnny.
I think Johnny comes back later, doesn't he?
We came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny, and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And, oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road. He came slowly, and Johnny kept teasing me and saying, "He's coming to get you, Barbara." And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And I went up to this man, and I was going to apologize.
Why don't you just keep calm?
And I looked up.
Oh, sci-fi.
And I said, "Goody."
They're coming to get me.
And he grabbed me. He grabbed me.
Yes,
And he ripped at me.
Exposition for those that were
He
late,
held me,
Josh.
and he ripped at my
Temple.
clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
Oh, I screamed, "Johnny! Johnny, help me! Oh, help me!" And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran.
No, you didn't. You crashed the car. Don't forget that bit.
And Johnny didn't come. We have to wait for Johnny. Maybe we better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him.
She's going to get hysterical in a minute and he's going to have to slap
We
her.
have got to go get Johnny. Please help me. Please.
Look, don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone.
Your brother is dead.
No, my brother is not dead.
Oh, this should get hysterical. Go on, slap her. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, punched her. Yeah. Fractured orbital. The 60s when you could beat up women without repercussions.
Because of the obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and because of the crisis which is even now developing, this radio station will remain on the air day and night. This station and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour, we repeat, these are the facts as we know them. There is an epidemic of mass murder being committed by a virtual army of unidentified assassins. The murders are taking place in villages, cities, rural homes, and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings.
That
It seems
voice,
to be a
that
sudden,
announcer just
general
reminds me of the
explosion
fella
mass
from
homicide.
Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. We're facing a grave situation, Dodgers.
Ordinary-looking people.
That fella.
Some say they appear to be in a kind of trance. Others describe them as being
Bum, 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 bum.
So at this point there is no really authentic
It's the
way for us to
timpani
say who
section
or what to look for
of
and guard
zombies.
yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of complete bewilderment at this hour. So far we have been unable to determine that any kind of organized investigation
A
is yet
roaring
underway.
fire will keep them
Police,
at bay.
sheriff's deputies, and emergency ambulances are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be described as mayhem. Mayors of Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Miami, along with the governors of several eastern and midwestern states, have indicated the National Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from
I didn't get a chance to see him. I've been too busy the last couple of days.
behind locked doors. Do not venture outside for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special instructions as this crisis develops further. Thousands of office and factory workers are being urged to stay at their places of employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite of this urging and
I've
warning,
always wanted a
streets and
flaming
highways are
torch of my
packed
very
with
own.
people trying to reach their families or
If I tried to make one, the cloth would just fall off and I'd just set himself on fire.
action at
Would.
this time is simply to stay where you
Not the comfy chair, not the burning comfy chair.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've
that'll be a lesson
just
to you.
learned that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation.
Back to my
Meeting scheduled to
haphazard
convene
boarding.
Within the hour, members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and the Joint Chiefs behind closed
To hold that
doors.
handle a bit close to
White
the
House
bottom.
spokesman, in announcing this conference,
Good
says
swing
there
on
will be
it.
an official announcement as soon as possible following that meeting. This is the latest dispatch just received in our newsroom. Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential conference, which we've just mentioned, will include high-ranking scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's the extent of
These zombies from space.
members of his cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and scientists from NASA within the hour.
Like Zack Snyder's
All
zombies.
radio and TV stations from this part of the country, including the one to which you were listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring you this news as it develops. We urge you to stay tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people seeking refuge in churches, schools, and government buildings, demanding shelter and protection from the wholesale murder, which apparently is engulfing much of the nation. Law enforcement officials are at a loss to explain or, even at this hour, even
Plan 8.
about the reasons for
Yes,
this
too.
murder. So far,
That's about Plan 10, because this were after. Plan 10 from outer space.
Camden, North Carolina, was quoted as saying, quote, "Tell the people for God's sake to get off the streets. Tell them to go home and lock their doors and windows up tight. We don't know what kind of murder-happy characters we have here."
Speaking of Plan 9 from outer space, we come to the Patreon. You can watch that in magnificent monochrome.
The only clues
Magical
anyone
monochrome.
has of the killers come from frightened witnesses of some of the slayings. These eyewitness accounts variously describe the murderers as ordinary
Links in the description, as are links for merch and stuff like that.
people who look like they're in a trance and things that look like people but act like animals. Some eyewitnesses tell of seeing
Let me listen to the game, the news seems to be on repeat.
torn apart. This whole ghastly story began developing 2 days ago with the report of the slaying of
It ought to be baseball or something like that.
Since then, reports of substance use killings began snowballing in a reign of terror which has hopscotched in an erratic, disconnected manner throughout much of the eastern and midwestern United States. Efforts to keep track of the murder reports by the placing of markers on a map seem to indicate a general spreading from the extreme southeast.
I saw it years ago.
to the north and west.
Wasn't
Our
impressed.
newsman,
Even though it does have Father Fawcett in it.
officials in other cities
Never mind.
have determined that none of this kind of mass murder has yet been reported west of the Mississippi River, except in the extreme southeastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around the Houston and Galveston areas, but nothing like
I found a gun and some bullets out there.
It was only late yesterday
Oh, and
when it first
these.
became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen and law enforcement agencies were of the opinion
This
that
place is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature. However, as these
We ought to be all right here for a while.
receded dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
the
was
gun
something
and
more than the
bullets.
usual run of lawlessness.
Food and the
Some
radio.
officials began to suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
Sooner or later, someone
Shoes that just happen to fit
bound to
it.
come and get us out.
Creatures from outer space. So again, we
You shall go to the ball, Cinderella.
urging you to seek shelter in a building. Lock the doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Cautious of any suspicious strangers, and keep tuned to your radio and television for survival instructions and further details of this continuing story.
Look, I don't know if you're hearing me,
Goes on in the absence of any law.
but I'm going upstairs now.
It's almost as though some critical balance of
If anything should try to break in here, I can hear it from up there. I'll be down to take care of it.
savage killers. We repeat, this radio station.
Everything is all right for now. I'll be back to reinforce the windows and doors later. But you'll be all right for now, okay? Okay.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
I've actually got a coloured version of this somewhere on VHS. Excuse me. And it looks bloody awful. Why ain't she rising from the grave, so to speak? So that's not convinced my wife to marry me. Same
Consistent
situation,
reports from
boarded the
witnesses
place
to
up
the
to
affected
the
people
radio.
who
This
acted
is
as though they were in a
supply
kind
out.
of trance were killing
I kind of
and
believe
eating
you.
their victims, prompted
Kind of
authorities
believe
to
you,
examine
George.
the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all
Pretty well
cases,
like 10
the
Cloverfield
killers
Lane.
are eating the flesh of the people they murdered. Repeating this latest bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially devoured by
You
their
just said
murderers.
that.
Medical examination of victims' bodies shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill.
I
So
would
this
like to
incredible
reiterate.
story becomes more ghastly with each report. It's difficult to imagine such a thing actually happening, but these are the reports we have been receiving and passing on to you. Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening. and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
Backy.
Hold it! Don't shoot! We're from town. A radio.
County, Pennsylvania. Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers.
It's off again. He's obsessed with them bloody eating people.
How long you guys been down there? I could use some help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
You mean you didn't hear the racket we were making up here?
How were we supposed to know what was going on? Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody if needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on from down there.
We thought we could hear screams, but for all we knew, that could have meant those things were in the house afterward.
And you wouldn't come up and help?
Yes.
Well,
So, you
there were
know.
more.
The racket sounded like the place was being ripped apart.
That was
How
a
were we
silver
supposed to know
line.
what was going on?
Now, wait a minute. You just got finished saying you couldn't hear from down there. Now you say it sounded like the place was
Just
being
put
ripped
their
apart. It would be
testicles
nice
on
if you get
the
your story
piano.
straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that kind of a chance when we got a safe place. We luck into a safe place, and you're telling us we got to risk our lives just because somebody might need help, huh?
The end of the world, but he's still got his tie on.
All right, why don't we settle this?
Look, mister, we came up. Okay, we're here. Now I suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things find out we're in here.
They can't get in here.
You got the whole place boarded up?
Yeah, most of it. All but a few spots upstairs.
Somewhat haphazardly.
Hard to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the safest place.
I'm telling you, they can't get in here.
And I'm telling you, those things turned over our car. We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood?
His wife and kids downstairs. The kid's hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy, you know that? You got 1 million windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you, those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me
That's
when
what
I
position?
told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10. There's going to be 20, 30, maybe 100 of those things. And as soon as they know we're here, this place is going to be crawling with them.
Well, if they're that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we'd never know where they were going to hit us next.
You got a point, Mr. Cooper. But down in the cellar, there's no place to run to. I mean, if they did get in, there'd be no back exit. We'd be done for. We can get out of here if we
What
have
you
to.
know, you're
And we
just
got
a
windows
kid.
to see what's
You're just
going
a
on
punk
outside.
kid.
But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar's a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know. Maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to. And if we do decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
If you box yourself in this cellar and those things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
They're talking about going into the cellar.
There's more than there
Keep
were.
listening.
There are a lot out back, too.
Take notes. Gruesomeness in monochrome. Is that all you got?
It's all right.
The zombies attacking deer. Just a flesh wound. So if you shoot them in the head, it kills them. But if you stab them in the head with a tire iron, it doesn't. Ooh, cheekiness. In Morgan Freeman's voice.
We gotta fix these boards.
You're crazy. Those things are going to be at every window and door in this place. We've got to get down into the cellar.
Go down in that damn cellar. Get out of here!
I'm taking the girl with me.
You leave her here. Keep your hands off her. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the radio and the food is part of what I'm fighting for. Now, if you're going down the cellar, get.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there.
See?
We've got a right.
This is your house.
We've got a right.
You going down there with him?
Well,
Yes or no? This is your last chance. No beating around the bush.
Listen, I got a kid down there. She can't possibly. I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father. If you're stupid enough to go die in that trap, that's your business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute. Judy, come on up here, honey.
You're gonna let them get hurt too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead. If we stick together, man, we can fix it up real good. There's lots of places we can run to up here. Mr. Cooper, we'd all be a lot better off if all three of us were working together.
Hey. Hey, kid.
She's not talking to you because you punched her in the jaw. She got right bruised. Giving you the silent treatment.
He's wrong, you know. I'm not boxing myself in down there.
This radio station will remain on the air day and night.
Well, we're safe now. It's boarded up tight.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there and let them.
Bit of trivia, which I do know. This isn't the same house as the upstairs. It was filmed in the basement of some offices somewhere.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is. She feels warm. Maybe it's shock.
Where'd you get the bandage?
Some laundry in a basket. I tore a sheet.
Back when smoking was good for you.
Stay upstairs. Let them. Too many ways those monsters can get in up there. We'll see who's right. We'll see when they come begging me to let them in down here.
That's important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon? We may not enjoy living together.
And you hear people hammering on the door and
But
stuff.
dying
You
together
say,
isn't
are
going to
you a
solve
zombie?
anything.
And if they
Those
said
people aren't our
yes,
enemies.
then you don't open it. Easy.
Mr. Cooper, Ben found a television set upstairs.
Let's go up.
Go
Tom,
watch TV.
if Judy would come downstairs for a few minutes, Harry and I could come upstairs.
Okay, yeah, right away.
Will you do it?
Do I have to?
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down there and us up here. Do this, for me.
Okay.
Okay, open up.
I'll take good care of her, Helen.
She's all I have.
Why don't you go upstairs now?
Her brother was killed.
Hey, give me a hand with this thing.
I gotta go help Ben with the television.
I think Barbara's having problems. Stop watching telly. Night of the Living Dead, brought to you by Laramie Cigarettes, for that smooth, smooth taste.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here. Give me one of those.
Her brother was killed.
How does she know?
And they talk about these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 50 million of those things out there. That's how much good these windows are.
Why don't you do something to help somebody?
Here, I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
There's the socket over here.
In 1968, that was a portable telly.
You better watch this and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving the girl alone.
It's on, it's on.
There's no sound. Play with the rabbit ears.
Hit reports, incredible as they seem, are not the results of mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria. What do they think? We're imagining all this?
Shut up! In all parts of the country. The wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern third of the nation is being committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving, and I'll interrupt to bring this to you. This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the President. Since convening this conference of the Presidential Cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA, has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer.
It looks like back in Phoenix in Signs, doesn't it?
That satellite, you'll recall, started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation with it. Could that radiation be somehow responsible for the wholesale murders we're now suffering?
Zombies from Venus.
Quinn in Washington has posed those questions.
It's obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
Look.
You're coming from a meeting regarding the explosion of the Venus probe, is that right?
Yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
You feel there is a connection between this and the phenomenon?
There's a definite connection.
In other words, you feel that the radiation on the Venus probe is enough to cause these mutations?
There was a very high degree of radiation.
Well, just a minute. I'm not sure that that's certain at all. I don't think that has been
logical
irrefutably
explanation that we
proved.
have at this time.
In other words, it is the military's viewpoint that the radiation is not the cause of the mutation.
I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen.
This seems to
I
be...
must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proved.
Yes, we all know
is being done that can be done.
We'll have to hurry for our next meeting.
And
Professor, you feel that
Mars.
there is a definite connection
Because
between
women
definite
come from
connection
Venus.
as far as Dr. Keller and myself.
Doctor, please. I thought we decided that is not proved yet.
Was the satellite, when the satellite was
I think they was
exploded?
in The Walking Dead, couldn't it? Just never do well with survival bases, no they don't. That's what we do in real life.
Could have happened.
have a bearing on it.
It does seem to have a bearing.
Will there be a reply for this?
Later?
Yes.
There will be a reply.
Yes.
Later this afternoon. There will be a report this afternoon.
Well, perhaps there will be a report,
yes.
a more
Later.
full report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything possible to solve the problem.
We're hoping to get some further explanation of this.
We've heard all we need to know. We have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get care in there, we could get help for her.
Elmo is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Willard. I saw a sign that said Willard.
It's only about 17 miles from here.
You know this area. You from around here?
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming, and Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
For NASA. Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that
Never
are happening.
seen that film.
Do you have
I
any
know what's
answers?
wrong on the back. I've never seen.
Yes, we have some answers. But first, let me
We'll have
stress
Michael
the
Jackson
importance
singing
of
about it.
seeking medical attention for anyone who's been injured in any way. We don't know yet what complications might result from such injuries.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Good advice, Doctor. Now, how about the basic problem of patients? Well,
Look, you go down there and tell Judy. Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
Action taken in regard to the Venus probe. In the cold room at the university, we had a cadaver from which all 4 limbs had been amputated. Sometime early this morning, it opened its eyes and began to move its trunk. It was dead, but it opened its eyes and tried to move.
They want you upstairs. Did she ask for me?
She hasn't said anything.
I don't understand.
She reminds me of Julie Christie a
Baby.
bit. Who's not?
It's Mommy.
Yes, you do.
I heard. I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must
12
be
seconds
carried
in
to the
World
street
War Z.
And burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them. The bereaved will have to forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give. They're just dead flesh and dangerous.
I see.
Judy, I need you to find some bedspreads or sheets to tear up into small strips, okay? Is there a fruit cellar here?
Yes.
We need some bottles or jars. Make Molotov cocktails and hold them off while we try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
I'll see what I can find.
I'll look for the bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas and come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Price of gasoline will be going
That's
up
right.
then.
It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
So,
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go. We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door. After you toss the cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. Now let's move it.
There are no place to flee for safety, except to the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more such rescue stations.
You always have a smile for me. How can you smile like that all the time?
and there she
I mean,
actually looks
yeah,
like
Dad.
Chrissy from Jaws, doesn't she? That's why she wanted to go swimming.
Come on, honey, we gotta move.
Tom, are you sure about the phone?
The phone is dead out. All you get is a recorded message.
If I could only call the folks. They're going to be so worried about us.
Everything will be all right. As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I'm sure they're long dead,
I know.
sweetheart.
Tom, are you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
What, about getting out of here?
Yeah.
Well,
Bet
the
Josh
television
Temple's
said
got
that's
one
the
of
right
them on
thing to
his
do.
wall.
We've got to get to a rescue station.
I don't know.
Come on, honey, you're starting to sound like Mr. Cooper now.
But why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
But we're safe in here.
For how long, honey? We're safe now. But there's going to be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
Hey, listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
Hey, Smiley. Where's that big smile for me? Boy, you're showing no use at all, are you? We've got work to do, honey. And you...
We better get her downstairs.
We have to go downstairs now, Barbara.
You have to go to the cellar, Barbara.
Just for a little while until we get back. Then we can all leave.
Oh, I'd like to leave. Yes.
Why do my shoes not fit anymore?
Good luck.
Yeah.
It's called a claw hammer for a reason, Ben. He blinked at her lovingly. I would 100% burn the house down. Oh, look, like Caesar's arrived, look.
You ready upstairs?
Have
Okay, toss him!
Taxidermies are a lot, and I use all the animals, nothing to display. Sets the truck on fire. I would have thrown it straight into the truck, mate. Alright, steady on. Me bum, me bum.
Go ahead, go on.
I'm going with him.
Get back in the cellar. I'm going. It's too late.
You'll just distract him and then you're all gonna die because of a woman.
Well, as you're coming, come on. Get in.
Head. Stuntman. We'll go out. We'll go out. Take it easy. It's a non-union show. Yes, should have done.
won't work.
Oh, for God's sake.
Watch the torch!
Crying out loud.
We gotta get away from the pump.
That's why we don't teach the two to the chest method. The old double tap.
Hang on.
He's doing it.
Turn your cars and get out of the truck!
Let's get out of here. Come on, come on.
My jacket's gone.
Oh. Tom and Judy have blown up. I'm sure they're fine. Ed. What's the point of having a key that's labelled gas pump that doesn't fit the gas pump? That Toby Jones, he's always been old, even in 1968. Down the zombie school ma'am will get you. Double lock this door with another door. Actually, get it on the. That was the Kevin Bacon school of hammering, wasn't it? from Tremors. Sound effects record we use then.
I'd drag you out there and feed you those things!
Even just lots of gamer words in his head. No claims on this at all then? Sure. Yeah. So it's supposed to be public domain. YouTube's not saying anything. Oh, look, they're eating. Is this supposed to be what's left of, I've got the names now. Tom and Judy, whatever they're called. Another trivia thing I know, it's, meat that they got from a butcher that wasn't invested in the film. It's offal and stuff like that. Well, they cooked it first. Oh, sorry, I got rid of that then. I apologise. Eat this raw meat for this low-budget horror film. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Isn't it 3 o'clock yet? There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
I don't like chicken.
Only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait. We can leave. Well, we better
See you later,
leave
Josh.
soon.
Thanks for
10 minutes
joining
to
us.
3.
You have a great weekend too. I don't think I'm going to do any videos this weekend, to be completely honest. I'm going to have a rest.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
I don't know.
I've not seen that one. Oop.
We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away. Seems like we ran.
Forget it. It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile through that army of things out there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
Bit her on the arm.
What's wrong?
Who knows what kind of disease those things carry? Is she conscious?
Barely.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
That's a fortnight.
Well, one of us could try to get to the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car. Johnny has the keys.
What?
You have a car? Where? Where is it?
You won't be able to start it.
Yeah, I know. But where is it?
By the cemetery. Look, I can juggle with intestines.
Good Lord.
Being monitored closely by scientists at all the radiation detection stations. At this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this situation remains, government spokesmen warn that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh-eating ghouls. All persons who die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are first disposed of by cremation. Our news cameras have just returned from covering such a search and destroy operation against the ghouls, this one conducted by Sheriff Conan McClellan in Butler County, Pennsylvania. So now let's go to that film report. All law enforcement agencies and the military have been organized
in Raccoon
to search
City
out and destroy the marauding ghouls. The Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull. Officials are quoted as explaining that since the brain of a ghoul has been activated by the radiation, the plan is kill the brain and you kill the ghoul.
See, we know it's all sorted in this film, isn't it? It's radiation.
No, we're all right. Hey, Cass, put that thing all the way in the fire. We don't want it getting up again. All right, I got you.
Chief McClellan, how's everything going?
Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road over there?
Chief, do you think we'll be able to defeat these things?
Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in there. There wasn't, though. We heard them making all kind of noise. We came over and beat them off, blasted them down. Chief, as soon as you're finished, can I see you here? Yeah, okay.
Chief, if I were surrounded by 6 or 8 of these things, would I stand a chance with them?
Well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot them in the head. That's a sure way to kill them. If you don't, get yourself a club or a torch. Beat them or burn them. They go up pretty easy.
Well, Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Well, that's pretty hard to say. We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow-moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that report. Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to kill off all the flesh eaters, so long as the heavy rain...
They kill the power. They're animals, man.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse. The power lines are down. Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
Look, 2 people are dead already on account of that guy. Take a look out that window, kid.
That with his shoe-shaped rock that was all earlier on. It was only had wood. Reuse it.
No, we're not zombies. Honest, can we come in?
So that'll help, Ben. No, can we interest you in changing your energy supplier? Yes, just hold that before I abandon his nailing. Surely helpful to these zombies.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
Say camera there. Oh, yes, I remembered what I was thinking that something else happened. Yes, something happened again. I think we're getting near the end now, folks. Is he starting to turn already? The eyes. Come on, Barbara. Wake up out of your funk. Oh, look, it's the original chap from the beginning of the film. Shall we see Johnny again? Could be wrong. Karen, do you like your father? Yeah, it tastes lovely.
Oh, baby. Baby.
Vampires, the zombies, the garlic's fine. By the way, it's chocolate syrup, another trivia thing I know. All the blood's chocolate syrup. A particular brand as well. Bosco chocolate syrup. There he is. I thought Johnny came back.
I'm coming to get you, Barbara. Got her.
Fella. He's surrounded Ben. See the irony, isn't it? The irony is he's off into the cellar now. After all through the film you say don't go in the cellar, it's a death trap. Unbelievable. I think some of these zombies are just people that just be a zombie, will you? Just walk across there slowly. But just in my normal clothes, it's fine. Got guns and clubs and everything now, these zombies. Sorry, they're not zombies in this, are they? They're ghouls. You have to deal with them because they will rise from the dead. Told you. The only way to kill them is by removing the head or destroying the brain. What about the missus? Was it Vivaldi's Four Seasons? Whatever the hell it is, I don't know what it is. It's the Whirly Birds. Something like quoting a Trek podcast the other night. No one got it. Oh yes, it's from Spock's Brain, isn't it? I've just bloody watched that episode. Yeah.
Get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs. There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. Right, you stay here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers. You're doing all the work. You take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours.
The TV news with his wind-up camera.
Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm gonna check in the office, see what's happening.
All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
The videos are always highly entertaining with Grace.
They need you down there by the barn. Some of these guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house.
I hope Ben Tramer's keeping a low profile
Yeah, sure looks
after
like
what
it.
happened to him last night. I never check my analytics because I know people don't keep watching.
Jesus, Edwin, get up here. Nick, Tony, Steve, you want to get out in that field and build me a bonfire? You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire. Nothing down here. All right, go ahead down and give him a hand.
That's Sean
Check out
Penn's
the house.
dad.
There's something there. I heard a noise. All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes.
Should have played the piano.
Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
How many innocent people died that night?
All right, send the wagon through. Come directly on over.
There you go. That's the end. Bit of a downer, isn't it?
Back off of those things.
And it wouldn't get any better, would it, in Dawn of the Dead? And Day of the Dead? And Land of the Dead. And then Diary of the Dead and Survival of the Dead. Read any more? And Bring Out Your Dead. Good film, that. I enjoyed that. Actually, better than I remember it. It's a while since I've seen it. I think I enjoyed it more than I remembered.
Come ahead with the motorcycle, please. Let's go, back there. That's the way. Hey, Randy, light these
I
torches
didn't
over
record
here.
this so much news and radio footage. No, neither did I. That it? Looks like it, doesn't it? Yes, that's it. Right, there we go. Night of the Living Dead in full. Blimey O'Reilly. Right, so we'll leave it there. We're all done and dusted. But before we go, don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video and drop a comment and all that stuff, and explore the links in the description for merch, such as stuff like this, and the Patreon page, and all that stuff. I don't know what that means. Icosa feature. I don't know. Did it say that on? I wasn't paying attention. And what else? I can't remember. I'm going to say something. Anyway, there's links in the description for all that stuff. So, right, we'll leave it there. I've got to go now, and Aidan wants his dinner, even though it's 20 to 11 at night here. But anyway. If you're watching live, by the way, I'll be back on Monday night, where... Hang on, where will I put it? Where we'll be not watching, but... hang on. Icosahedron was the thing from... Oh, yeah, is that what you're on? All right. I thought of that when you said it, but I thought, you can't be referring to the icosahedron. 20-sided. So we're saying do a 20-movie feature. Oh, right, okie dokie. No. Right, so on Monday we're doing, on Magnificent Mondays we're doing Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearls. You can't see it because of the reflections, but anyway. Should have been last week, but things happened and I couldn't do it. So we're doing that this Monday. Next Friday's appointment with you. Double bill. Next Friday. Which way are we? Right way around? No, the other way around. We're doing a Silent Hill double bill. Can you see me? There we go. The first one and Silent Hill Revelations. That's next Friday. That should be fun. Which guess is the best one? I've got a soft spot for Dead Man's Chest. I have. I like Dead Man's Chest. But I think the first one is the best one, yes. South Africa says, great as always. See you Monday. Take care. See you soon. Yep. Right. So we're going to leave it there. I'm trying to remember if there's anything else I should say. Can't remember. I'll remember afterwards. Right. So we'll leave it there. We will leave it there. So thanks for watching. Don't have nightmares. And wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll see you there.